Yate. My name is Dominic Terry, and I'm a member of the Navajo Nation. I'm currently an assistant county attorney for the Hennepin County Attorney's Office in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I want to share my story with you with the hope that it encourages you to consider attending a law school because the Native community needs you. Like many Native kids, I came from a broken family, experienced poverty, and didn't have a great education. However, I always set goals to achieve, and these goals always seemed so distant or unachievable, but I always worked toward them even when there were barriers in front of me. Because I grew up in a broken home, I looked to several individuals for inspiration, and my grandma was my primary role model. She taught me to work hard and never give up. I also looked up to several other individuals in my life, such as my coaches, my aunt, uncle, and my best friend's dad, all of whom inspired me to be resilient, to work hard, and believe in myself. Resilience has been important in my life because you're not always going to get the grade you want or have the right answer, and you're going to fail at times. But if you're resilient, you won't give up. You'll keep pushing yourself to learn, and you won't let the hard moments overcome your overall goal. These attributes paid off because they ultimately got me through the tough times growing up, through the LSAT, law school, and eventually the bar exam. Becoming a lawyer was one of those goals that always seemed so unachievable. So I didn't want to always be a lawyer, but I gradually wanted to challenge myself and to work toward going to law school despite the barriers that I felt prevented me from going to law school, such as the LSAT. But despite knowing about these challenges, I also knew that there were not very many Native or Navajo lawyers. So this inspired me to become a lawyer. I also believed that in order to make effective change, I needed to get into a government institution that historically didn't represent the Native community within it. And becoming a lawyer would allow me to represent the Native community within a government institution. Law school was exactly what I expected. Tough. But I knew it wouldn't be as tough as what I had already experienced in my life. Like all the other barriers I experienced or challenges, I was willing to accept the challenge of law school and find a way to overcome it. It was hard. I worked full-time during law school. I had a newborn, and I moved to a new state. I had to prioritize, stick to a schedule, and be disciplined. And in the end, it was worth it. I currently practice law in child protection, and I specialize in the Indian Child Welfare Act, most commonly known as ICWA. I chose this area of law because I believe that protecting children is one of the most important things we can do in a community. With regard to ICWA, it's a very important law for Native children and families. And as a county attorney, I have an important responsibility to ensure that social workers and the Human Services Department are implementing ICWA appropriately and meeting the needs of Native children and Native families. Overall, I believe this allows me to contribute to the Native American community in a positive way. I want to hear from you, so please contact me so we can talk about law school and how you can help the Native community. Thank you.